We need to be able to compare the output of MuPet and, my code, or by I mean, is to know, like, when are the starting and end times for everything that MuPet thinks is a call.
Okay,
That's
so
really what we need. Yeah.
I can do that with MuPet. And how can I get the files out to Nick?
You guys are gonna have to do what we did last time, which is basically take a drive over to Nick's.
All right, I could maybe do that this weekend. Well, I can't
Yeah.
do that because I need the files for
To
right
do
now.
well, right. But what you could do is, you
Just copy
know,
them over.
yeah. Do you have room? You probably don't have room. But what you could do is just get it to Nick, get him to copy everything off, and then get it back to you, and then do what you're supposed to do, so that he can also be working.
All right.
Right.
I may be able to do that Sunday. I mean
Oh,
Saturday.
Okay,
Either
that's fine.
Saturday or Sunday.
okay.
Either one works for me. That's fine.
All right. So it
Okay.
needs to happen relatively soon. Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm
We
still
will.
trying to get because like I don't know what it says. It will read like WAV files, but
Yeah.
I try to run a WAV file through it,
And what
and
happened?
it just says there's no calls in there. And I'm just like,
Well, did you choose a WAV file that does have
yeah,
calls? Which
I
one was it?
it was ones we were processing like Jackson had. It's just he did all of them, so I was doing some, but I couldn't get all of them, so I
All
used
right.
like
No,
one
no.
of the
I just
ones.
need to know, like, okay.
It was in the PND 31. I just used one
PND
of the
30. There's several PND 30s. What is it? What was it?
in the social USV July 2019
Okay,
one.
give me a second to open MATLAB. I'm going to take a look at whatever that file was. Because what you want to do is make sure that the by eye detection also detected calls, right? Otherwise,
Mhm.
right, that doesn't mean it's not running. It might be running perfectly fine, right? Might
Yeah.
actually be calling it correctly. Yeah, so just give me a second. Okay. So tell me, just give me, just give me a second. I gotta get to Mu data for it. Okay. Tell me what was July. It was the July one.
Yeah, it was the July one.
July, so hold on. I'm looking like,
And then PND 30. And I just chose one of the socials that I converted to WAV.
I don't, oh my God, what's going on? I did not see, I don't see July on here. Oh, there we are. Never mind. I'm just freaking
Yeah.
out. PND 30. Which one?
I just chose like one of them. I chose like
Yeah, I need to know which one
1849.
it was though, Nick, because
1849. I chose that one.
1849. You sure?
Yeah,
1849.
I did that one.
1849. I see the WAV file on my drive. Okay. 1849.
Does it have to be a specific one or?
Well, yeah, because I want to know if you're saying it says there was no calls. Let's
Yeah,
check.
it said no calls detected here.
Right. So
Run
let's
the code
check if
again.
there are actually any calls that the by eye standard, which was so far me, right? Because we haven't
Yeah.
done anything else with it. Okay. 1849. Let me look at visualize all calls. Yeah, this one has no calls according to me.
Yeah, there are
Okay.
some audios that don't have calls in it.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. So
All right.
so what you should do is you should ask, like, whoever's like, Dagim, if you've done any of this work, like looking at stuff, find one that has calls, just so Nick can know if he's getting the right thing out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he can ask me if
Yeah.
he runs.
Yeah, so Nick, yeah, because he knows like a file you could use. It's just the example file, like, hey, here's the example. And you can actually, if you have all the data, you can run my code to convert if you want to. So, the other thing you could do is you could just convert them all yourself. I mean, it's just more work for you, but you could.
Yeah.
Maybe it's better just to copy them over from Jackson, but you could convert one of the files.
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
if Dagim says, hey, there's 16 calls in this file,
Yeah.
and you could convert and see what is Deep Squeak putting out. Like, you know what I mean? I want to see what does it put out if it finds the calls, or hopefully it puts out a spreadsheet or something that.
Yeah. It should put out like this whole chart.
A whole chart, right? Or hopefully
Yeah.
it's a downloadable chart somehow.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah. And
So
yeah, to see, like, okay, because we need to be able to compare, we need to have, start times and end times of calls, of what it thinks are calls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Um,
So
Yeah. Go ahead, Jackson.
I'll get that information out to Nick as soon as I
Okay.
can. I'll probably be able to do like probably tomorrow, like around noon.
Okay.
Okay,
Cool. And it's
that's
gonna
fine.
take him a little while to copy it over, but to his
Yeah, I
drive.
mean,
Nick, can you have both drives on at once on your computer?
yeah, I've got like 3
Okay.
USB ports.
So that'll be easy, relatively easy.
Yeah.
To copy over the WAV files. You have to be careful and copy them over one directory by each directory.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and then so your goal, both of you, and Jackson, is to run through, and then and do an example file that Dagim also tell Jackson about that file, whatever file it is you decide that has some calls, like doesn't have have to have a million of them, but it has to have some, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I'll start running them through this weekend.
Okay, and then and Dagim, you just send an email or text or something saying which file, what directory you find that looks like something that would be a good test case.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and that way everybody can get started.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So anything else?
No, and Dagim, you and Jacob are
Jacob.
getting it together, getting a protocol together. I don't.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah, I mean, I think once he comes back, we can talk and set it up on Sana.
Okay. Okay. So we need to actually work more now, right? We need to go into high gear now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we have
I
to.
understand.
Yeah, we need to talk to you about your code, like,
Okay.
so that you can show us how to classify each file as each call as is it a call or not?
Yeah. Yeah, I need that protocol first, right? Because that protocol is going to tell us how you guys can.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't want anything getting messed up, right? So I
Okay.
want to approve the protocol, and then we can do some training.
Okay.
It's going to be hard at first, and I think one thing we can do is also think about a protocol for what I usually have people do is I'll have people screenshot the spectrogram and put it in like a file, right? Make sure you're also screenshotting what the time is.
I think MovePet allows me to export the spectrogram.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not talking about MuPet, but that's cool because that's nice. Let's say it says this particular thing is a call, and you're like, that's weird. I don't know, right? It's great to have spectrogram. But anyway, what I'm saying is in my code, right? In my code, you would be scrolling through something and you see something and you're like, I'm really not sure that's a call. You could take a screenshot of the spectrogram, making sure that you know what file it is, what time that call's at. And then we can like discuss those particular things, right? So I don't have to be right there with you, but you'll sort of amass things to go through. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And then
And also, on Deep Squeak, I can import stuff from MuPet.
that's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're going to need to, but
Yeah, I don't know if I'll need to, but
I really want to run them separately and compare them with our
but I can export the spectrograms and audio and all that.
Yeah. And we won't need that. But that's cool. That's nice functionality for them.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. So all right, I will bring the data over to Nick at around noon tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good. Make sure you guys are doing your social distancing thing.
All right. I will bring a mask.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
All right. Goodbye.
Anything else, guys?
I don't think so.
No, I think we're pretty prepared.
I think once we get into like which ones are calls and then we're able to run it through, at least me with Deep Squeak here, and figure out how to get this data
I
in
think,
there.
like I said, Dagim, find right away as soon as you can, find a file, because you can run my code and you can look for, do that visualize all segments. And if you see like 16 calls detected, you don't even have to tell me if you think those are the right calls, right? It'd just be nice to see like this has been gone through mostly, sort of. So it should be like roughly okay. So I would say if you told Nick and Jackson that, this particular file has 16 calls, Deep Squeak and MovePet should at least find one, there's probably one real call in there at least. So like MuPet and DeepScript should be able to find that. It's a good, just a good example. If you get a file from DAGM where he find that there's calls, and then you run it through DeepSpeak and MuPet, and they both say, hey, there's no calls here. Make sure that you're taking some, pictures. Matter of fact, DAGM would be a good idea to take a picture of the visualize all segments, because that way I can look at it and be like, wow, all of those are not calls. I would have crossed those off. You know what I'm saying? We need a good test case is what I'm telling you.
Okay.
All right. So DAGM, do that as soon as you can, so that they know what they can run through. Nick, if you want to do that today, you can look at that file, and maybe Jackson can help you. You can convert just that one file. It'll take.
Yeah, I can
5
convert the
seconds.
file. That's no problem.
You're fine.
But a whole folder I can't do.
Yeah, no. Yeah, just do one, and then that way you can run that through DeepSqueak and have that be your test case. So the order of operations here is DAGM, you got to get them a good file, and then Nick, you probably have to convert it, and then see if you can get what is DeepSqueak outputting. The same thing. I guess Jackson already runs some stuff from MuPet, but and then Jackson's going to get you all the data, and then we'll go from there.
All right.
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay, DAGM, you good?
Yeah.
Okay. And if you once that protocol is in place, I want to approve that. So I want to get that. I want to see that protocol. So send me an email when that protocol is up on Asana, and I will look at it and give notes this weekend.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Hey,
Guys.
thank you.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
You can go and leave. Yeah.